So I'm in another corner of my house today. Hi, friends. How are you today? It's the 15th of December. My name is Lisa, and this channel, Soulful Spinning, is all about creating and making things with your hands, mainly knitting, spinning, weaving, fiber prep. And then I also share some life stuff, usually at the end, a little vloggy things here and now, a little music now and then, book reviews, uh, wonderful things that have come into my life lately, tangible and intangible. And I'm so happy that you're here with me today. It is the 15th of December. It's a Friday, and I'm coming to you from a beautiful, mild day in the Chicagoland area where we have been having the nicest weather in 40s and 50s degree Fahrenheit. No snow in sight for Christmas, unfortunately. But, we shouldn't complain. So I hope you've got your cup of tea, or you're busy doing something while I sit and chat with you and have you in my house for a little while. I got this new mug at the Goodwill shop yesterday. My husband and I went shopping yesterday. I took the day off. We had a nice date. We went out for lunch, and we went to a little art supply store where I picked up some things for my niece. We went to a Goodwill store, and I found a Christmas mug. I don't really have a Christmas mug. So, and I'm drinking strong English breakfast tea with 2 lumps of sugar today because I had kind of a rough morning. I was running around the house trying to get all my things together, and I fell down the stairs. I didn't fall down all the stairs. I just kind of slipped down the last 3. Time was standing still. My life was passing before my eyes. No, not really. But I was kind of sitting there like a rag doll thinking, am I injured? Did I break anything? Did I hurt my hands? So yeah, it's just a lesson that I must slow down. So yeah, so now I'm enjoying a comforting cup of tea. I've got my girl here, and she's keeping me company. And I just want to give you a little update on what I've been working on this week. Last week I shared with you a whimsical cast on, and it was this. What could this possibly be? This is a dog sweater. This is the Faded Pup Ribbed Sweater by Stephen West, and I'm almost done. I'm working it with hand spun yarn. Most of the black yarn is black Welsh Mountain that is spun woolen into like a light worsted weight yarn. But I ran out. I had 100 grams of that. And I had to go to this. And this is some black Shetland that was spun in a similar fashion. And so it's a woolen spun yarn. It's very round, very fuzzy. And I think it shows these pretty neon colorful stripes quite well. So here are the little holes that her paws are going to go in. This is the back. And right now I'm halfway through the short rows, and you can see here that he has it designed so that it curves. It's a little longer for the back of your animal too. So especially, or if you had a boy dog, you wouldn't want it too long because it gets soiled, So I've been working away. It's a 1x1 rib. This Monday last week, I had jury duty. So here in the States, you get these summons in the mail, and I got this summons that said I was a standby juror for Monday. Well, usually when you're standby, they don't call you in. They say you're not needed, and then they call you in like 6 months later. But no, they wanted me to come in. So luckily, the courthouse was pretty close to my house. Like, it's not far away. It's like more of a local courthouse. And I packed all my knitting. I had 2 knitting projects. I had this. I had a new cast on. I had snacks. I had water. I had coffee. I had books to read. I was going to camp out. Found a nice place by a window, and I'm knitting away. And I looked up and I thought, certainly of all these dozens of people, there has to be someone else knitting or crocheting. And there was not a soul, not a soul in the whole room. Nobody was knitting. I thought, how can you just sit there and do nothing? So anyway, I got a lot done, and it wasn't too bad. And then they ended up letting us go early. I was supposed to be there till 4:30, but they let us go at like 1 because the cases had been canceled. So that was good. So I have been working on that. It's getting to the point where I just want it done. I'm so tired of 1x1 rib. I usually knit English style where I flick the yarn over my right hand and do my stitching. But I have learned the Norwegian method of purling and knitting, and so I kind of go back and forth. So when my hand gets tired doing one thing, I flip it to the other. So it's a slog, but I can't wait to get it on Peaches. I've tried it on her in progress, but I can't wait to actually just get it on her and see how it looks. I hope it fits okay. I figure it's ribbing and it's knit, so I think it'll be fine. So the other thing I've been working on is binding off the bottom of my Felix cardigan, which I have been talking about for the last several episodes. It's the Felix cardigan by Amy Christophers. I'm knitting it out of a singles yarn that I spun on my Major Craft Aura, and it's sort of a heavier Let Lopey. Some of it is slightly thicker than Let Lopey, but that's what I was going for. It's a Coopworth and bamboo blend. I think it's 85-25 blend. So I am doing that sewn bind off, which is just a giant pain in the butt when you have a long strand of yarn. But did that stop me from casting on anything new this week? No, it didn't. As a matter of fact, last night my husband's looking at my latest cast on. He goes, that looks just like a cup of hot cocoa. And I'm like, well, honey, that's what they are. I have cast on, let me put the focus right here. I have cast on the Hot Cocoa Socks by Charlotte Stone. So I'm almost done with the color work. And I didn't look at the pattern very closely because I didn't realize that some of the rounds have 3 colors. And that, it's been very interesting to tell you the truth. But I love the result. Isn't this cute? I mean, you could clearly see the cup of hot cocoa with the candy canes. Last week, I asked for opinions on what I should knit it with, and I ended up getting a new hank of yarn for the project. And this is the color that I chose. The colorway is Umber, and it is from an Etsy seller, HawpatchYarns. It's 100% merino, and I'll leave her link in the description. She's in Indiana, so I got let's change the focus here. So I got the yarn in no time at all. It was very, very quick. Even with these delays, in the Christmas season here, we are having a lot of, where did my yarn go? Here it is. We've been having terrible mail delivery service in the States. Now, of course, Royal Mail rocks because I got something from Royal Mail that I want to show you in just a little bit. But so yeah, this is the Umber Colorway. It's just a real rich golden chestnut brown. And then the contrast colors are these lipstick is the Punk Rock Unicorn lipstick. This is Madeline Tosh Filtered Light. And then I had a skein of green yarn somewhere in here. I don't think I have it in my bag because I don't need it at the minute. Yeah. Well, the other color was this octopus green. It uses such a teeny tiny amount just along the top. Isn't that cute? So I started these on double pointed needles wooden double pointed needles, which are my preference. And here they are, the needles I was using is out of this set right here. This is an Addi set of DPNs, and it's their Woolly Hugs set, and it has needle sizes from, I think it's getting kind of dark in here. I think they go from a US 1 all the way to a 4 millimeter. I think it's like 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4. Yeah. And they have them both in the short 6-inch and then the longer ones here. And then I got this from an online shop in the UK. Again, very quick shipping from the UK, and free shipping too. I got, so I'll put the link. And in this kit, you get these little tiny holders, these little teddies to hold your DPN set. And then you also get, early Christmas present to me, you get a pair of scissors, you get a measuring tape, and you get a tapestry needle, a cable needle, and you get little tiny stitch markers that are socks. Oh, I should put one of these on my sock. So I did most of the color work with 5 double-pointed needles, the work on 4 and then the 5th to knit. But then I wanted to try the sock on. So I took it off the double-pointed needles and I put them on these Addi. The color work is on a 2.5 millimeter needle, and then the ribbing was on a 2.25. And they fit once they're over my ankle. As much as I tried my best to have loose floats in the inside of the sock, she also recommends not to catch the floats too often because that tends to draw in your fabric. So I can get it over my foot, but it takes a little bit of effort. So I'm going to experiment with my technique with the second sock, but I'm going to proceed. I'm not going to rip out all this work. I can't stop showing this because it's so flippin' cute. So yeah, thanks for all your suggestions. I was vacillating between I had a ginger colored yarn that I thought would be quite nice. And then I went on Etsy, as one does, and I saw this yarn and I thought it's just perfect for this pattern. So it went surprisingly fast. I did the whole color work and then ribbing in just a day. So I think that the sock should go pretty quickly too. So what else? So last week I showed off some beautiful cashmere yarn that I've had in my stash forever. It's this plum knit Aran weight yarn, and I have 400 yards. And I asked what I should make with it. And a kind viewer mentioned the Sophie shawl, which of course everybody's making the Sophie scarf or the Sophie shawl by, I always get the petite knitter mixed up with petite knit, but I think it's petite knit. I think the petite knitter is someone that's like in the Antarctic or in the Nordic countries. Maybe the petite knitter is in Scandinavia. I'm not really sure. But the Sophie shawl was the recommendation. And I was looking at the pattern and I thought, well, certainly I could figure this pattern out. It's basically, I know how to do I-cord. But I was like, well, I should just buy the pattern. So I did. Another bandwagon I've happily jumped onto. And this is as far as I have gotten with this. So yeah, I thank that viewer for recommending the pattern. I really do think it's perfect for this luxurious yarn. And the pattern is extremely well written. And she also gives you some tips that you might not, be aware of. She shows you how to weave in ends, when to introduce new yarns, and it's very, very clearly written out. I think she's another one of these designers who really hold your hand, like Stephen West and Andrea Mowry. They don't leave anything to your own, figuring out ability. They really show everything that you're supposed to do. So I do see the appeal of those kinds of patterns. So, and this is what I'm doing when I don't want to do color work and I don't want to do sewn bind off. I started the work on a 9, I think. No, I think I started it on an 8, and then I went to, I don't even know what size these needles are. Let's see. Do my handy dandy. I'm sitting on my spinning stool. This is a US 10 or 6 millimeter. I started it out on a 9 and it was pretty tight. I didn't restart it. I just switched to a larger needle. It's fine. And you do increases at a certain rate, which I won't share because it's part of the pattern. But what I am using is this little clicker, and every multiple of a certain number, every time I get to that multiple, I know I have to do an increase. So that's kind of my no-brainer, easy project to work on when I don't have the brain space to do other things. How is your knitting going? I know a lot of people are probably panic knitting for Christmas. I don't do that. I mean, I don't panic knit for anybody except me, maybe. But I did get something new in the mail other than that hank of sock yarn and the Woolly Hugs sock set here. I really am enjoying knitting with wood as opposed to metal. It's just I like the warmth of the wood. So something else came into my life this week. So I was mentioning that the Black Welsh Mountain was the skein of yarn that I was using for my dog sweater. And so I ordered from Witchwood on Etsy. I'll put her link below. I ordered 600 grams of Black Welsh Mountain. And this huge bag was squeezed in a tiny box. The box was, I don't have the box handy, but the box was like 12 by 12 by 12, something like that. And when I opened it up, it expanded. And this is, let's see, this is a beautiful black Welsh Mountain, pure black roving. So I am going to, it's so soft. It's extremely soft. And it's in this beautiful roving form like this. I mean, this is, look at how easy that's going to be to spin. And I'm going to spin this in, first I'm going to spin softly and fast. And I'm going to do a 2-ply woolen yarn and get the aiming for the same gauge as the dog jumper I'm working on, so like a light worsted weight, and I'm going to make myself a cardigan. So I haven't picked out a pattern yet. I want to do something with other colors, because in this in Peach's little sweater here, you could just see how those stripes they're so pretty against the black of the Black Welsh Mountain wool. So I think I'm going to spindle spin yarn for some sort of striped embellishment. I don't want to do a completely striped garment, but I'm thinking a cardigan with maybe maybe putting some stripe details or even color work details around the wrists. I don't know if I would do a yoked sweater. I have in mind more of like a shawl collared little cardigan with pockets. So maybe I could do some stripes on the pocket. You just put some stripes along the edging of it, just to make it pop out a little. So this came in less than a week. I got free shipping. It was very affordable. It's wonderfully prepared, nice and open. No Kemp fibers. Black Welsh Mountain is a breed from the Welsh Mountains. I've got a couple of books here that talk about the Black Welsh Mountain and their history. I could share that with you here. I'm getting my some information out of this book I have on my library. My personal library, Pure Wool by Sue Blacker. And she has these are all the British wools. And she talks about the characteristics. I forget to, sorry, I forgot to earmark it like I normally do. Black Welsh Mountain Fleece, page 20. So here's the pictures of the animals. The Welsh Mountain sheep have been prized for its meat since medieval times. The black strain has existed since the 19th century. It can live happily on the high hills of Wales without shelter or supplementary food, surviving in a landscape where no plow or cattle can go. Welsh Mountain sheep are generally white and are descended from a breed that dates back to the 13th century. In the 19th century, fleeces from Black Welsh Mountain lambs, known as, there's a Welsh word here, which means reddish brown, the color they turn when they are bleached by the sun, they became sought after. As a result, flock masters began to breed black sheep and create a separate pure strain. The sheep remain black all their lives, unlike Hebrideans, which turn gray with age. They're small. They average 99 pounds. So they're quite small, and the rams are 132 to 143 pounds. They're popular with smallholders. They're not numerous. At the publication of this book, the Rare Breeds Survival Trust lists fewer than 3,000 registered ewes in the UK, and there are approximately 800 animals and over 50 flocks in the US and Canada, where it is listed as conservation breed. The North American flocks are the descendants of a flock of 3 rams and 13 ewes imported from Britain in 1973. So these sheep, I think, are somewhere in Oxford, I think that the seller said, and that they weren't exposed to the harsh mountainous conditions, and she felt that these were a little bit softer than some fibers might be. So the fleeces are 3 to 4 pounds, and staple length is 3 to 4 inches, and the micron count is 32 to 35, which is right there above, It's not really next to skin soft, but it certainly is appropriate for outerwear and pullovers. So here, how black it is. It's very, it's a little crunchy. It's not hairy. There's no hair sticking out. Now I ran out, I knew I was going to run out of the Black Welsh Mountain, so I started using some Shetland. So this is the Shetland stripe here, and it's perceptibly softer. I think Shetlands, as a rule, are going to be a little softer than Black Welsh Mountain, but it blends in with the project pretty well. And then I went back. So I kind of was alternating to blend. And then here's my short rows that I've been working on. I also did decreases along the bottom of the sweater, so because my dog she's wide around her girth, but then she's skinny up here. So I put in some decreases here. I picked up a book at the library, also recommended by a viewer, and the book is called A Stash of One's Own by Clara Parks. And it's an anthology of different knitters and makers and their relationships with their stash. And I've only read a couple of the essays so far, but next week I hope to give you some more of my thoughts on the book. Really enjoyable and very thought-provoking. So my husband's home, the light is waning, so we want to take old girlfriend for a walk. So I will bid you a fond farewell here. I hope you're well this mid-December, and I will hopefully talk to you next week, 2 more weekends until the Christmas, and I hope you're enjoying this season and having some fun with your making. All right, till then, bye for now. I like this angel here. She's really cute. She's playing the harp. And she's only $1.50.
Right behind you, sir.
Oh, and she's singing. What is she doing?
You got the right of way.
Look at the angels. What do you think she's doing? She's holding something. Where's the angel? Gee, what do you think she's doing? She's got something in her hand. I like the angels, they're cute. Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains. He's cute. Oh, so fun and cheerful. I do like this one though. This one's really cute. He's only $2.50. We might have to buy him. We'll see. Oh, they're so cute. This is so cute. It's really cute. This is for napkins. Very cute. Good cheer. And then these three go together. So cute. We're at the thrift shop. He's got a nice jumper on, doesn't he? Teddy. Yeah. I saw this guy. He's a little terrier. So cute. Oh, 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 the mistletoe. There's another one with a sweater. He's got a sweater on too, a handmade sweater. Some loved toy, somebody